This video, ang masashare namin are purely based on our experience. So we didn't pay for any agency. We did purely DIY or do it yourself.
Hello guys! Welcome back to our channel. My name is Mark.
And I am HD.
At sa video na to, share namin sa inyo yung experience namin tsaka yung procedure na ginawa namin. Obtaining yung study permit as well as yung
Open work permit for myself.
So at the moment, nandito kami ngayon sa Mississauga, Ontario. We're doing our 14-day mandatory quarantine to control yung COVID. Mandated to ng government. So we are currently in a hotel. It's called 4 Points by Sheraton. Provided siya ng school ko. So we are on the 7th day. And as you can see, nasa likod namin yung flag ng Canada at saka ng Ontario ata. Okay, so sa video na to, i-share lang namin sa inyo yung experience namin, yung step-by-step procedures na ginawa namin to obtain yung study permit and
open work permit. So for the student pathway, via SDS kami or what they call yung student direct stream. So yung other pathway kasi for student is through regular, but since via SDS kami, yun yung masishare namin sa inyo. So this video, ang masishare namin are purely based on our experience. So we didn't pay for any agency. We did purely DIY or do it yourself.
So bago ang lahat, huwag niyong kalimutan i-click yung subscribe button at saka yung bell button din para updated kayo sa channel, and appreciated naman talaga yon para mag-grow yung channel namin. And of course, kung gusto niyo maging updated sa mga succeeding videos na gagawin namin sa magiging buhay namin dito sa Canada. Okay, so without further ado, dito sa video na to, separate natin into 3 stages. So stage 1, we have the research. Dito mo kukunin lahat ng mga information. Basically, ito yung pinakasimula. It's basically for you to know what are the ways for you, what are the documents, tsaka kung saan ka mag-stay, etc. etc. We will be discussing this in detail, but the second stage would be...
Yan, for the second stage, ito na yung documents gathering. So we will be sharing ano-ano yung mga documents na in-acquire namin, yung mga in-applyan natin sa Philippines specifically, and all other financial documents na mga kailangan natin, and yung mga pang-background investigation or for background check purposes ng mga documents.
Yes, so basically after mong i-research, preparation na ng documents. And then yung stage 3 would be yung application, submission, or yung lodging tinatawag nila. So dito na yung magbabayad ka ng fee para sa application, and then isasubmit mo na yung complete package ng application mo sa IRCC para sa kanilang evaluation kung ma-approve ka or hindi. Okay, so stage 1, research. Under each stage, meron tayong different steps. This will be in order, and ito talaga yung mga steps na ginawa namin in order para organize yung mga documents or yung process na gagawin namin. So, in the research stage, i-detalye siya ni Munggo.
Ayan. So, under ng research, syempre, unang-unang na-research natin, for step 1, is kung saang province kami magsistay or gusto namin mag-study and mag-work na province sa Canada. So, mga considerations namin, we had a lot of factors that we research about, pero yung top 3 dito would be number 1 is yung cost of living, number 2 is yung availability ng work, para hindi lang para sa akin dahil I have my open work permit, pero para na rin sa kanya since international students can do also their part-time jobs. Yun. And syempre, lastly, this is also important for us. Syempre, gusto natin long-term yung magiging plans natin for Canada. Ano-ano yung mga pathways available for us dun sa province na yon towards having our permanent residency. There.
So, when it comes to choosing the province, kasi syempre, iba-iba tayo ng style, iba-iba tayo ng way of life, lifestyle. Pwedeng sanay ka sa probinsya, pwedeng sanay ka din sa city. In our case, napili namin yung Toronto, Ontario as our place of temporary residence because sanay kami sa city, sanay kami sa syudad, sa mga matataas na building. And what works for us maybe would be different for you. that will be your preference.
Yes. In addition, kaya din Toronto yung pinili namin. Kasi yung according to our research, Toronto is the IT hub and parang hub din siya ng mga business centers. Ibig sabihin, since IT yung talagang line of work niya, IT yung pinag-aaralan niya, most likely, mas mataas yung chance na makakuha siya ng work. And for me also, since ako naman, ang line ko naman ay HR, so this, since Toronto is a business center, maraming companies na naghahanap ng HR professional. So there.
So, nakalimutan pala namin idagdag. Of course, isa sa mga factor na mag-determine or mag-trigger sa pag-choose ng province would be if meron kayong pamilya or friends doon sa lugar na yun.
So for step 2, this is choosing your school. So once na decided na kayo kung saang province, it's time for you to find and choose your school. So siya yung magdi-discuss din, siya yung namili talaga ng school niya dito sa Ontario.
Okay, so when it comes to choosing yung school, maraming different factors, pero ito yung pinaka-importante. One is of course yung tuition fee. Siyempre, yan yung magde-determine depende sa budget mo, kung kaya mo ba. Iba-ibang school, iba-ibang tuition fee, merong mas mahal, merong mas mura. So, depende sa inyo, of course. And yung quality, well, of course, alam naman natin Canada to. So, lahat ng educational institution dito, yung quality nandun. But then, do your own research din kasi syempre, of course, iba-iba yung level of quality din ng school. May pagkakaiba rin sila, so do your own research. May mga website naman yung mga school, mga reviews, mga previous students, maraming groups sa Facebook na dinajot daw nila yung mga experience nila dun. So try to do the research. And of course, yung location. Of course, kung nakapili ka na ng province, in this case, napili namin yung Ontario, so narrowed down na yung schools na pwede kong pagpilian. So yung mga schools lang na inside ng Ontario, Canada. Yung program availability, in my case, IT kasi ko so ang napili kong course is yung cloud computing, and available lang siya sa Lambton College na located dito sa Ontario. So merong 3 branch, but then pinili ko yung malapit sa downtown, which is yung Toronto campus. So yun. So again, tuition fee, quality of education, location, and yung program availability. That's the factor that we used in terms of choosing the school.
Yan. For step 3 naman, so related pa rin sa school or paghanap ng school mo. Of course, we also did our research in terms of choosing ano ba yung program or course at bakit yun yung kukunin.
Okay, so in terms of choosing naman yung program or yung course, so yun na nga, nakahanap ka na ng province. Sa loob ng province na yun, nakahanap ka na ng school, gusto mo na yun. And then, inside the school, yung program naman. Okay? So, dito sa program na to, merong 3 factors akong ginamit para makapili ng program. First, dinefine ko, ano ba yung magiging purpose ng program? Career advancement ba? Change of career? Or kung bakit yun yung pinili ko. In my case, ang pinaka-factor sa akin is yung change of career. Medyo komplikado yung akin kasi IT ako before, software consultant, more on implementation ng mga software. But then, pinili kong course yung cloud computing. Kind of change of career siya kasi different siya sa line of work ko before. Kasi sa ngayon, dito sa napili kong program, more on cloud technology na yung pag-aaralan ko.
Or parang change of expertise siya. Under pa rin ng IT, pero change of expertise.
Yes. It can be categorized as career advancement and also change of career line or specific technology na focus ko sa. Okay, so that's the stage 1, yung research. Province, under the province, you choose the school, and then inside the school, you choose the program or course na gusto mong kunin. And of course, yung sa program pala, isa din sa factor dyan is kung meron bang available na 1-year or 2-year course. Kasi kung ang anong mapipili mo dito sa dalawa, malaking factor niyan financially wise. Kasi kung 1 year lang, 1 year lang yung kailangan mong improve sa IRCC na kaya mong na financially capable ka to live on your own within 1 year. If 2 years naman, of course, kailangan mo ring patunayan na kaya mong buhayin yung sarili mo without asking for the help of the government. Basically, you can sustain yourself sa duration ng program mo. So, malaking factor din yun yung number of years ng program.
Now that you've done your research, which is our stage 1, so nakapag-decide na kayo anong province, anong school, and anong program, it's time for you to gather all the documents that you need.
Okay, so continuation ng steps, nandun na tayo sa step number 4. Basically, sa step number 4 is to create yung GCK account. This is because, again, mag-a-answer ka ng, before ka maka-create ng account na GCK account, you will answer a variety of questions, and then after mo ma-create yung account, you will have your own personalized checklist. Ito yung mga IMM forms, tsaka yung mga required documents na kailangan mo i-submit. Dito madadetermine if magiging under ka ng regular stream or SDS or yung student direct stream dun sa mga questions na nasasagutan mo. So yun, so magandang gawin yun first yung GCK para meron ka ng personalized checklist ng mga documents, and then from there you can download all the you can download all the IMM forms, and then ma-fill upan mo na siya, and then andun din yung mga required documents mo. And yeah, so basically meron ka ng guide, kumbaga. In our case, we are under SDS or Student Direct Stream. And then yung Student Direct Stream, meron lang siyang few required na documents. One of them is yung GIC, IELTS, academic, yung kailangan mong ipasa, yung LOA, of course, or yung letter of acceptance from the school, medical exam, police clearance or NBI clearance or both, SOP or yung statement of purpose, and if meron kang partner na isasama or yung family mo or yung spouse mo, LOI or yung letter of intent. So dun sa may step 4, na-determine namin na yun yung pinaka basic requirement namin. So we were able to prepare na i-discuss ngayon.
Yes. So for step 5, since we are under SDS, nire-require nila to have a GIC or what we call yung Guaranteed Investment Certificate. So ibig sabihin nun, maglalagay na kami ng pera doon sa bank ng Canada. It's either mag-wire transfer ka going to CIBC or Scotiabank. So in our case, nag-transfer kami to a CIBC GIC account via our BDO joint account. So yun yung ginawa namin. You can have other options, for example sa BPI or kung gusto niyo sa Scotiabank, okay lang din. And then from there, yung amount ng GIC na required for the student, it's 10,000 Canadian dollars, and for additional family member, since isa lang naman ako, 4,000 Canadian dollars. So yung equivalent na nilagay namin dun sa bank is 14,000 Canadian dollars for our GIC. And after that, after a couple of days pa, ma-receive mo na yung iyong GIC certificate that we will be using for our proof of funds. So just a caveat guys ha, maraming nagtatanong kasi sa Facebook and sa YouTube, nagko-comment how much yung show money. Different po ang proof of funds sa show money dahil ang proof of funds, yun talaga yung gagamitin mo for your living expenses. Hindi mo lang siya ipapakita na may pera ka. Yun talaga yung gagamitin mo na in actual kapag nasa Canada ka na. So yan. So make sariling computation na yung Canadian government for that, yung 10,000 for the students, living expenses niya yun, 4,000 for me naman as an open work permit holder.
Yeah. Okay. So yun, again, beware guys, yung show money, hindi siya literal na show money lang, gagamitin mo na siya. But anyway, at the time na nag-apply kami, yun yung minimum required ni Canada for your 1 year living expense. Yun yung kumbaga parang formulated na total minimum amount nila. 10,000 for me, and if I have additional family member, 4,000.
Yes.
Yes.
So kaya siya proof of funds, ibig sabihin, proof siya na kaya mong masustain yung at least 1 year living expenses mo kahit hindi kami makahanap ng work. So, ganun siya.
Yes. So under ng SDS or Student Direct Stream, GIC is a requirement for you. So, you have the JIC as part of the requirements ng SDS. Another one is yung IELTS. Now, if you were a student, I would advise you to get the IELTS academic, and meron silang minimum. Ang IELTS academic kasi meron minimum na band score, I think, sa mga school. Pero mostly, alam ko yung ibang school nagwe-waive na sila ng IELTS requirements. But then again, since SDS kami, isa siya sa requirement, kaya kinuha ko na rin siya. So, IELTS academic ang kailangan natin kunin, hindi yung IELTS general. Kasi IELTS general is for immigration yun, for express entry. So,
Yes. So, we have a blog regarding yung sa pag-take namin ng IELTS with the tips. So, you can watch that video. So, ako din nag-take ako kahit hindi ako mag-aaral. It's for checking yung possible na parang score namin for permanent residency. So, you can also have that. Pero I suggest, wag na din too early kasi hindi pa naman talaga siya kailangan. You can take that siguro pag nandito kayo sa Canada na tapos mag-a-apply na kayo for permanent residency.
yes. Learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, medyo magastos kasi siya.
Yeah. So isang IELTS yata nasa around 10,000. So in her case, nag-take siya kahit di naman kailangan. So kailangan talaga mag-research. Research bago maglabas ng pera, research bago mag-execute. Pinaka-importante 'yun. And then after that, you need to pay the tuition fee. Sa SDS, one of the requirements ng SDS is for you to pay 1-year tuition fee. So depende na 'yan kung anong school na kuha mo or kung anong school na pili mo or kung anong program na pili mo, but you have to pay the 1-year tuition fee as part of the requirement ng SDS or Student Direct Stream. So we paid yung 1-year tuition ko sa LAM before ako makakuha ng letter of acceptance. Okay? So tuition fee. Pay 1 year. Or you can pay the whole year. Or
for 2 years, pwede niya rin siya bayaran.
kung may pera kayo.
Yes, kung kayang-kaya niyo, pwede.
If you're not under SDS, I think yung iba ginagawa lang nila is they're just,
Reservation fee lang for regular.
yes,
I think.
they're paying the,
Minimum.
which is roughly normally nasa $1,500 to $2,500 lang. So affordable naman siya if hindi kayo under ng SDS.
Yes. So for step 8, we need to get all the required documents for the proof of our common law relationship. So medyo ibang situation yung amin. So if you are applying solely as an international student, wala kayong kasamang partner or spouse, it will be easier for you. But for us na common law relationship, marami kaming inipon na documents to prove na kami ay in a common law relationship. And that we will be discussing in a separate vlog since medyo detailed din siya. So there. For step 9 naman, ayan, it's time for your medical examination. But before that, you need to book an appointment dahil hindi pwede walk-in, especially during the pandemic. Kinokontrol nila yung number of visitors na pumupunta sa mga hospitals or clinics. So in our case, we booked a medical examination appointment. So we had hours in IOM sa Makati siya. You can do an upfront medical, meaning pag sinabi mong upfront, hindi ka pa nag-submit ng application or hindi pa nire-request yung medical sa'yo, naka-ready na yung medical results mo. So that will be a smart move kung gusto mong mapabilis yung application mo for your visa.
Okay, so next step is yung step number 10. Ito yung pinaka-easy siguro. Kung wala naman kayong criminal record, you can just get yung NBI clearance as well as yung police clearance. I'm not sure kung both to required, but in our case kasi ang pinasa namin is both eh. Police clearance from the barangay, from the city,
Yes.
and NBI clearance for the national record. So, dalawa.
Yes. So, I think kaya natin kinuha dalawa is also for our common law relationship na documents kasi we have our same address for that identification.
Yeah.
So, kaya dalawa rin. Pero I think kahit NBI lang, okay na.
Better make sure. Okay, so sa next step number 11, you need to also send yung SOP or yung statement of purpose. And if you are being accompanied by your spouse, you need to send also yung letter of intent. Now, yung LOI or yung letter of intent, I'm not sure kung required siya or hindi or optional. But in our case, we created both. Pinasa namin siya both. So basically, yung SOP, ito yung way mo para makapag since yung application is walang interview, hindi mo makakausap yung mga visa officer. Ito yung pinaka way mo para to communicate with them, to explain your story. Why do you want to study sa Canada? Why do you want to study that particular program? And dito mo rin pwedeng i-explain saan nanggaling yung mga pera mo, yung proof of funds, and all other things like yung mga home ties, kung babalik ka ba ng Pinas. So dito, basically dito mo ilatag lahat ng story mo, lahat ng drama mo. And for
yan. For LOI naman, letter of intent. So parang cover letter kasi siya ng lahat ng documents na pinasa namin. So ang naging focus ng letter of intent ko is yung common law relationship namin, how we started as a couple, and kung bakit gusto or kailangan ko siyang samahan sa Canada. So yun yung pinaka-focus. And the same goes with our parang meron kaming table ng proof of funds or yung financial capacity namin. And andun din yung home ties ko and a little background about myself and how I can be a productive member of Canada. Yun.
Yes. So SOP and LOI.
Yes. For step 12, it's time to gather your financial documents. So this will be your proof of funds. So hindi lang siya isa, hindi mo lang papakita yung para sa'yo. But for us, we had a couple of proof of funds. Number one na dyan is our bank statement. So for the bank statements, I requested for my personal bank, siya then my personal bank, and we also have our joint bank account. So for all those bank accounts, we have submitted yung mga bank statements for that. And then we also have yung nag-declare din kami ng sponsor. Not really sponsor, but we have an affidavit of financial support just in case na magkaroon kami ng mga emergencies or unforeseen na mga expenses na kailangan namin ng financial support. So we got a financial support from his sister. So nagpakita din siya ng yung pinaka-affidavit mo, it should have an attachment of yung certificate of employment, yung payslip nung magsusupport sa inyo financially, and also yung mga bank statements and certificates din.
Yes. So we got this sponsor from our from my ate. Shout out, thank you. Tsaka of course from my father, shout out din, thank you. So kung mag-sponsor sila sa inyo, of course kailangan nyo rin mag-include ng attachment ng mga documents na magpapatunay na capable sila to sponsor you. Saan nila nakuha yung pera, kung may work ba sila, yung mga ganun. Basta basically you need to prove to the IRCC na yung sponsor mo is capable financially to support you.
Yes. So we also attach yung aming certificate of employment. Ibig sabihin, meron kaming continuous stream of income. So meron pa siyang work noon before siya mag-resign. So nakapag-submit pa kami ng certificate of employment and also our parang pay slip. Sa COE ko kasi nakalagay na doon how much I'm earning monthly. So parang yun na rin yung naging pay slip. And we also submitted our ITR for this year, 2021, or yung income tax return. Ayan. And also, we also included yung aming SSS, Pag-ibig, and yung aming mga VULs, yun yung aming insurance with investment.
Yes.
Yun.
So, dito sa POF natin, included dito yung GIC certificate na kinuha natin previously. So, under siya ng POF. So basically, ang goal lang naman itong financial documents mo is to prove to the visa officer na kaya mong i-sustain yung life mo sa Canada sa duration ng program mo without asking for any help from the government. I guess that's how we see it. And also, yung other documents is to prove kung saan nanggaling yung mga pera na pinadala mo ron, yung pinambayad mo ng tuition. You need to also explain that, and you need supporting documents to prove na sa'yo yung pera. It's all about explaining to them and your goals, kung nag-a-align ba siya. So it's really about the way you explain everything, tsaka yung mga supporting documents. Okay, so that's stage 1 and stage 2. The last stage would be yung stage 3. Ito na yung application submission or yung tinatawag nila na lodging.
Yan. So for our step 13, after under ng lodging of or submitting of the application, you need to pay the study permit and open work permit fee and lodge your application. So
Ito yung magkano?
Yes. May cost po ang application. May application fee per that. So andito na lang lalagay namin how much. Ayan. So, in submitting your files, medyo may challenge lang dahil kailangan nyong i-compress yung mga files ninyo. Hindi dapat aabot sa 5 MB yung mga files.
5 MB or 4 MB. But again, ito, yung confirm. Nakalimutan namin eh.
Alam ko 2 MB lang eh.
But here, check this.
Yan. So since kami meron pa kami mga proof of common law relationship, may mga pictures kami dyan, mga
Malalaking
social media
files yan.
post. So medyo malalaki siya. So what you can do, at quick tip lang to compress your files is to do it online. So meron dyan yung mga PDF compress. So from kunwari 10 gig magiging less than 2 gig na lang siya.
Okay. So, yun, after mo ma-compress and ma-pay, you are technically lodged na. So, the next step is step number 14. Usually within 24 hours or sometimes 72 hours, makaka-receive ka na kaagad nun automatically ng biometrics request. So, in our case, we receive it same day, I think, di ba?
Yes.
After 12 hours ng submission namin, naka-receive na kaagad kami ng, well, nauna siya na maka-receive ng request, and then after a while, tsaka ako naman na-receive yung biometrics request. So after mo ma-receive yung document na yun, yung request from IRCC, mag-book ka na kaagad ng appointment or ng schedule sa BFS to have your biometrics, fingerprints, pictures, etc.
Yes, very quick lang naman yun. Kapag dating nyo sa VFS, it will only take siguro mga 15 to 20 minutes for your biometrics. Yes, and step 15, ito na yung pinaka-last step, pero ito yung medyo pinaka-mahirap din gawin, is the waiting game. Yes, matagal-tagal din yung kailangan yung hintayin. So, may mga kasamang anxiety dyan. Every day, nag-check kami ng GCK account para i-check if merong mga updates, kung merong mga hanapin mga additional documents, or kung merong mga lilitaw dyan na medical pass or approved na yung inyong application.
So, yun. Again, monitor nyo lang yung email nyo tsaka yung GCK. Kasi from time to time, baka mag-request si IRCC ng additional information or documents from you. You can immediately submit them. And of course, after ng 3 months, on May 4th, we receive our approval. And the next step na after mong ma-receive yung approval is to prepare for departure. Siyempre, andito na ngayon yung mga booking ng flights, yung mga bookings ng hotel. I'm not sure kung effective pa yan at the time. Saying goodbye to your fam, I guess. Pero that's gonna be on another video. Medyo mahaba na to eh. So, yun lang. We hope na nakatulong ng konti. So, of course, if you have any question, iwan nyo lang dyan sa comment section below. And please do not forget to click the thumbs up button.
Yes.
We will really appreciate it. And
Yes, and we will try to answer yung mga questions nyo dito sa aming mga videos. And we will be making a lot of videos to answer your question there. So, I hope you like this video and I hope it helps you kung ikaw ay mag-a-apply
yes.
ng student or work permit sa Canada. So, see you here soon! Thank you guys for watching! Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe! Bye!